Hello everyone, my name is Thomas Anderson. I'm here today to briefly talk about the need for mandatory vaccinations. Humankind is currently dealing with a global outbreak that many of us could not imagine could occur in this day and age. Imagine if this was something that we had to deal with on a regular basis. It would be a scary life not knowing what deadly illness you might catch every time you leave the house. That's why it's so important that everyone be required to vaccinate for preventable diseases. According to an article entitled Vaccines and Global Health by the Royal Society, in the 200 years since vaccines were discovered, they have probably saved as many lives as just about every other health innovation. Yet there are still many people today who think that the risks of vaccines outweigh the benefit of receiving them. I'm here today to tell you why this is such a problem and why we need to take the steps necessary to make sure that everybody gets vaccinated. First, let's examine the problem that we're facing today of more and more people deciding not to get vaccinated. According to an article entitled Anti-Vaccinationists, Past and Present by the British Medical Journal, towards the end of the 20th century, a wave of anti-vaccination activity led to an increase in the media interest in the arguments attacking childhood immunizations. Some of the factors that are helping to bring the anti-vaccination movement around and causing a big problem for us is social media. That's the main thing. People get on these days and spread all kinds of misinformation and conspiracy theories. There's a lot of people out there that try to say that it's safer just to not be vaccinated than to get the vaccine and take a very slight chance of getting sick from one of the side effects. According to an article entitled Vaccine Refusal and the Endgame, Walking the Last Mile First by the Royal Society, without widespread compliance, vaccines have limited impact on public health. In order to be effective, everybody needs to comply. As illnesses get close to eradication, people begin to think that vaccines are no longer needed. This ends up leading to a resurgence in the illness. Next, I'm going to tell you why everyone should be required to get their vaccinations, as they are suggested by professionals. According to the CDC, the small risk of vaccination is far outweighed by the benefit they pose to mankind. Eradication of smallpox and many diseases from around the world have happened because of vaccinations. With more public support also, new vaccines are being discovered, such as vaccines for HPV, the possible HIV vaccine, common cold, and many other vaccinations. Also, according to an article entitled 21st Century Vaccines by Rino Rapulli, we need to educate people that even in developed countries, infectious diseases are still around us and are a real threat if we do not remain on alert and if preventable approach is not taken. We need to definitely focus on removing from the public mind that vaccines are a dangerous thing. Everything has some kind of side effects. In my opinion, side effects are always going to be worth taking the risk of than actually catching the disease. As I have hopefully shown today, it is of the utmost importance that we make sure that everyone gets vaccinated for these deadly illnesses. It can be easy to buy into the misinformation that is spread across social media nowadays, but it's important to listen to the professionals when it comes to vaccines and deadly diseases. We all want to live in a safer world, where we can go out and spend time with each other and be happy. Please do your part and make sure that you and your children are vaccinated so we can continue to live this way. Thank you.
I don't have children. I don't have children.
429.
I mean, good.